Well, now that we've got the head blocked in, let's go ahead and block in the shapes for the body. Alright, so I've just kind of continued to shape this, kind of squashed it down a little bit, scaled it down. You can just continue to shape it as you like. I found it was maybe a little bit too tall, so I just scaled it a little bit. What you can also do is go up to animation, create deformers, and create a lattice if you want to shape this, and then just grab these bottom lattice points. Make sure you're in not in normal translate mode, and then you can shape this as well. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of shaping. I haven't added any geometry. Just kind of continue to shape these. So if you want to match this, fine. If you're working from other artwork, go ahead and continue to match the artwork that you've got. But now that we've got the head, let's go ahead and block in the shapes for the body. Now we're going to be working with the body as a whole to begin with, rather than a mirror image. So if we want to go ahead and check this shape right here, we're going to go to polygons, and we'll go to mesh, mirror geometry, and we can go ahead and mirror it over to the other side in the X direction. So it's going to be minus X, merge with the original, merge vertices, go ahead and mirror that. And that will give you the shape that you have to this point. Now, sometimes I find that when you're modeling as a half, sometimes you'll make things a little bit too wide. So you can check it by mirroring it just to make sure. I'm not going to narrow this up quite yet because of the cartoony nature, but we just want to have that there to be able to check. Now you can see right here some vertices have merged together that we may not have wanted to. So we can also play with this threshold down here, which tells Maya how closely these points are going to be before it's going to merge those. So you can see I've got some of the points are a little bit off the origin, probably from some of that. So you can see as I pop that threshold up, they're going to pop together. Okay. And this is for preview purposes. You can, when you're ready, go in and just delete half that again. Continue to work on one side. All right. So now if we take a look at this neck, you'll notice that we have basically 9. Resolution of 9 around a half, so it comes up to 18. So I'm going to make a cylinder, create a polygon cylinder, and this is what we're going to use for the body. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that right up into place there. And before I delete anything or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and bump these subdivisions up to 18. Okay, and now what I want to do is, you can see that I have the divisions right, but I need to have one right in the center. So we go ahead and set that so it's right in the center so it matches up. So I'll just rotate that minus 10 degrees or 10 degrees in the Y. Okay. And then I can add some divisions along the height. Let's just start with 4. Alright. And now I'm just going to delete the faces on top. And let's go ahead and delete the faces on the bottom as well, making sure that we don't select anything that we don't want there. And now let's go ahead and just shape this, and let's start from the side. Okay, so just grab some of these points, and to start with, I'm just going to scale them globally. So I'm not going to scale in any direction yet, so that they're scaled. You can see it's being scaled the same from all directions. So I'm going to start by doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and maybe make this the point right where the neck is going to connect. Maybe this is going to be more like the shoulder. And let's not worry about the chest, the breast. Just worry about kind of the underlying structure of the body there. And we'll create that, and then that will we'll create that later. So now I'm just kind of shaping this. Okay, maybe make this the waist. So it's going to be a little bit thinner. Kind of turn it just a little. And then this will be the top of the hip. Okay, which we'll worry about the pelvis and things like that later. Go ahead and scale this down. Let's go ahead and insert an edge loop. So I've just got this insert edge loop, where you can come up here to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, and come in here and insert an edge loop. And then we can scale this however we want to. So just going to start shaping this a little bit. And again, I'm just shaping it from the side view. I'm not worrying about the breast. And so I'm just kind of shaping it a little bit. And we need to figure out how big this should be. I'm going to shrink this up a little bit, I believe. I want it to be a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'll just scale it a little bit. Okay, we'll go ahead and make this a little bit skinnier. Then you can take this back part, move this out just a little bit. Grab those points. I'm going to move the waist up just a little. Go ahead and rotate that. And insert another edge loop right in here. And again, when we do that, it's going to change the shape, and so we're going to reshape things a little bit. The ribs, I want to kind of create a little indication of the rib cage, so go ahead and shape this line right here, just kind of into a subtle rib cage there. And again, we're not too worried about this section down here where we're going to have the pelvis. Not too worried about that yet. Okay, I think we want to thin this neck up, so let's kind of work on the transition here. We want a pretty skinny neck, so we can go ahead and kind of shrink that down a bit. And in that case, we'll shrink this down as well. And we're just kind of trying to match that up just a little, all right, where that transition is going to be. And it looks kind of funny right now, this body does, but it's going to be kind of coming into focus here as we work on it. All right, so we've got it. Once you get it shaped from the side, kind of bring this back in a little bit. Okay. Once you've got the shape from the side, you can come in and start to shape the front. All right, so we can kind of scale this part out. It's going to be basically kind of the bottom underneath the shoulder. Make this rib cage a little bit wider. Narrow this in a bit. Just kind of smooth things out, but we do want the waist to be a bit exaggerated, and obviously the hips as well. Okay, so we can go ahead and widen those up a bit. All right, move that point up. You can see we're just kind of giving an indication of that rib cage there. All right, so that's kind of just blocking that body in preparation for actually connecting it up to the neck. So just continue to shape that, and you don't have to manipulate this globally as I've been doing in scaling, but you notice I've also been pushing and pulling in points themselves, rotating these edge loops, just creating this sort of torso right here with the rib cage, and then going down to the abdomen, the waist, and down to the hips and pelvis. And then the shoulders are going to come out of this area. So we probably want to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and add one right in here. Okay, you can go ahead and add some resolution in here. And it's just, you can see adding that loop all the way around. All right, so now that we've got the basic body built in, I'm going to go ahead and continue to shape this a little bit. Let's go ahead and concentrate on the head for a while. Okay, this is kind of maybe the most difficult but the most important part of our model. So let's concentrate up here. Starting in the next lesson, we will look at how we can draw in the socket for the eyes, go ahead and building the actual eye and placing, also creating the nose and the loops for the mouth, and let's get a lot of work done on this face, and then we'll move back down to this the body. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to shape this, and then we'll start again looking at the rest of the head in the next lesson.